Hello, everyone. Happy Good Friday. Today, we're going to cover the reasons to go for gold. I'm Tina, and I have on with me Joe Garcia today. And we're also going to have Mr. Dan Caddo, and we have Dr. Chris here as well. So we're going to do our best to cover all of the different areas of why you want to go for gold. How do you want to maximize this comp plan? We have such a great opportunity right now because we're all coming into this organization. We're able to come in and get positions in the tree without truly becoming what we say activated yet. So the best thing to do right now, and what everybody is focused on, is bringing their distributors into the organization. You need to keep that going. You need to get people positioned. It is very, very critical that you get them in until we start getting product shipping, the STEM Renew shipping. And it's interesting, we're finding that people don't even want to wait for the STEM Renew, Joe. They want to get going and order their NHT global packages that are available already. So it's imperative that we cover what you need to do, because we all want to be able to do the business, maximize and leverage the compensation plan, and feel like we're doing it right. And there's really no wrong way, but we have the opportunity to have a slight edge here on this. So I do want to mention that husbands and wives can be in the tree. Is that correct, Joe? They can have one position each, even though they have the same address?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Very good. So let's go ahead and roll into the next slide and talk about why go for the gold. Well, first of all, there are many ways to go for the gold that we're going to talk about and leverage here. The first one is going to be your retail online store. And when you're gold, you have the ability to have people go to your site and they can purchase, you get to purchase all the other products at up to 34%. And Joe, you might want to go into this one because I don't really understand this one as well as you and Dan.
Okay, with regards to the retail?
Yes.
Okay. So basically, when you're coming into NHT, obviously when you start at the gold level, you're going to get 34% off of wholesale. So if you go back to your order page, which is on order history, click on create new order. You can go and see the order page there. So the company has four different prices. They have the wholesale price, the bronze price, the silver price, and the gold price. So once you're at the gold level, now you're able to purchase 34% off of wholesale lifetime. Now, when you get on your online store, you're able to, the products are defaulted at the lowest suggested retail price. You can adjust them. So which means, Tina, you can earn anywhere from 44% all the way up to whatever you set, 80, 90% on the retail on your shopping cart.
Thank you. What I like about the shopping cart as well is we have some people that are on this webinar that want to focus only on the beauty, or they want to focus primarily on STEM Renew, and they want to focus, or they just want to focus on the wellness. So you can choose what your online store looks like. You can customize when people go to your online store what is actually showing there. One of the other things I want to mention here is that with STEM Renew, we won't have an additional 34% discount on that because there's tiered pricing with NHT Global. We actually have the ability to have that $60 price for STEM in the shopping cart. So make sure you make a note that will be at the $60. Thanks, Joe. You also have the opportunity to earn what we call the generational bonus. And this pays off your business volume from all your personally sponsored distributors. Now, if you're an active gold distributor, you earn a generational bonus on 3 levels, starting with their personally sponsored distributors. So if you take a look at the gold at level 1, 2, and 3, you earn 10% on all your level 1s, okay, that are personally enrolled golds now, excuse me, on all your level 1s. But when you look at your level 2 and your level 3, you need to make sure that your people are coming in as gold, because that's when you're going to earn that additional 5% generational bonus and additional 3% on that level 3. And you can see the differences between the silver and bronze. Definitely want to go for the gold. Then we have our express cycle override bonus. For all of you that know some terms differently, we call this a binary kind of bonus. And this is where you need to make sure you're building 2 teams, one on your left, one on your right. The override bonus pays 20% on the goal if you're a gold. So you want to make sure that you know and understand that the gold is at 20%, the silver pays out at 10%. And when we're looking at the potential here, now this is your team that is down into the depths. Even if you don't sponsor them, that business volume counts within those different leg bonuses. And Joe, do you have anything to add here?
No, you're doing a great job, Tina. I'm learning from you right now.
Thank you. Well, we went into a lot more detail yesterday about the compensation plan, and so I would just want to point out to everyone not exactly how this override works with all the different cycles, but I want you to focus on why you want to be gold. And you want to be gold, and you want your people to be gold because they can maximize the payout at 20%.
Yeah, it's also important, Tina, amongst NHT right now, there's not one ambassador that started without being at the gold level. There's, most everyone that's earning 6 figures, almost, I guess everyone started at the gold level. So it's just a mindset and duplicating that.
And like Dan said, the mother of skill is repetition. He has so many Danoisms. I love it. Well, I'm going to have to write a book on them. Okay, so when we're looking at the difference in payout, if you're a gold and you have 5 enrollments in your lesser volume leg, and you look at the payout, if you have 5 silvers, and you can look at you get paid out on the one cycle, you earn $250. If you have 5 golds on your team on that lesser leg payout, you earn $500. If you increase that to 5 platinums, you earn $1,250. So when you're looking at being a business builder, building your business, you definitely want to consider going for the platinum. You minimally want to go for the gold. And even if you come in at gold, you can upgrade or purchase a platinum package, and there are different ways you can do this with your BV and become a platinum. And there's no time limit on that. So when you look at the people on your team, you can earn on the lesser volume leg when we're talking about the payouts here, but it doesn't have to be your personally sponsored team. So let's say that you're helping, you've got your people in and you're helping your people come in. You want to definitely help them focus on the gold minimally and then coming in at the platinum. And we'll talk about some of those benefits too and the difference at the end. Then we also earn a matching bonus. Now, these bonuses are paid on your personally sponsored distributors up to 3 levels deep. Joe, I believe what we have called this in other organizations is your unilevel team, correct?
Yes. Or personally sponsored group team.
Personally sponsored group team, great. Thank you for that. So when we're looking at getting paid from the gold, the silver, and the bronze, when you're looking at being at the gold level, your first level you earn an additional 10% matching bonus. Level 2 you earn 5%, and level 3 you earn 3%. And look at the differences between the silver and bronze. Definitely want to focus on going for the gold. Next slide. There we go, thank you. So there are 3 ways to go for the gold. Your initial enrollment, and this is what Joe was talking about previously. He said anybody that has come in and earned, you call it the ambassador rank,
Yes.
they have come in with their initial enrollment at the gold. Now you can do it through accumulated personal volume, and you can also do it through accumulated personal volume plus accumulated personal group volume. So there are ways to do this, and we'll talk about those ways. And you definitely want to, these last two are a little more complex, so let's talk about the easy way first, and that's your initial enrollment. So if your initial order is one of the 500 BV Gold packages, you will see that there are some set packages in the back office that you can enroll at. Now, there aren't any STEM packages there yet, but there will be STEM Renew packages, and there'll be a STEM Renew mixed package. Those are hopefully going to be ready and available for us next week that we can talk about those. So you have two ways on your initial enrollment. Oopsie, back up. 500 BV or 1,000 BV. With doing it at 1,000 BV, I think you can choose all of your different products. Is that correct? And then there you go. And you choose the Business Builder package.
Correct. So basically, Tina, you either choose one of the gold packages, which is 500 BV, or you don't want to purchase the gold packages. You have to individually purchase an amount of 1,000 BV, and that would get you to gold.
And once you hit that 1,000 BV, your Business Builder package, that $50 enrollment, is waived.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Here's your accumulated personal volume. Now, you can get into the gold position. Let's say you decide that you enroll with the bronze or a silver package. It doesn't just have to be the Business Builder package, which is the $50 enrollment. You can accumulate $1,250 in purchases combined with your personal shopping cart purchases, and there's no time limit for this. So the first example is, let's say you enroll with the Business Builder package of $50. Then you go out there and you sell 32 bottles of STEM Renew through your personal shopping cart, then you become gold. So it's 32 bottles times 40 BV, that equals 1,280 BV. So that's another creative way to become gold. Or example two, you can enroll with your Business Builder package at 50, and you can purchase your own products until you reach 1,250 BV. Now, the challenge with that is you also don't get the discount of 34% on those other products to reach that 1,250 BV. Example three, enroll with the bronze package at 90 BV and sell 29 bottles of STEM Renew through your personal shopping cart, and you've already reached the gold. So there's no time limit again. So there are different ways to do this. The company's not saying that they're trying to stifle and everybody has to come in at gold, because they do understand that. But these are the different opportunities to be able to reach the gold. Okay, this one is very complex to explain. Joe, I might have to turn this one over to you, but this is their accumulated personal volume and their personal group volume. Another way to be able to reach gold. Do you want to try it?
So basically, Tina, I'll give you, I know you have examples there. So what that means is, once you've started, let's say you started with a 90 BV order, between yourself and the people that you sponsor in the business. So for example, you go out and enroll 3 platinum distributors, that accumulative volume will be over 3,000. Okay, so now you've actually have one part of the qualification done, but you would have to also, as you have on the slide, have a minimum purchase or cumulative purchases of 250 BV. So once you've done 250 yourself, which is a silver, a cumulative personally enrolled people, when you combine that to a total of 3,000, the system will qualify you at the gold level.
Fantastic. Thank you, Joe. Platinum. Now, this was great. Dan talked about platinum yesterday, and you can become platinum at any time. Now you do this by placing a single 1250 BV order or purchasing one of the platinum packages, and you've now hit the platinum. Again, no time limit. One of the things I want to recap for you guys that's not on the slides before we jump into the global leadership here is, and you can write these down or you can listen to this webinar again, the recap on why you want to go for gold. Let's talk about it. So there's the $50 package, or the back office fee is waived when you enroll with the current gold packages. And again, there's going to be a couple of more added that are going to have STEM Renew in them. So the first thing is that $50 fee can be waived if you do order on one of the standard packages. You can also earn up to 34% discount on all of the other NHT products. You can earn up to 34% retail on your online and preferred customer orders through your shopping cart. You will earn 20% on this Express Cycle Override bonus on the lesser leg volume. And again, we call that, in other terms, a binary. You earn 10% on your personally enrolled level 1 for your generational bonus. And as long as your gold and your other golds, you earn that level 2 and level 3 on all your personally sponsored golds. Level 2, you earn 5%, and level 3, you earn 3%. The sixth benefit is that you earn 10% on your level 1 for your matching bonus. Level 2 is 5%, and level 3 is 3%. The easiest way to become gold is to enroll. And once you're at the gold level rank, you're always there. You don't fall back. You also, once you come in and you enroll at gold, the next thing that you want to do is you want to make sure that you enroll in your auto bank. Very critical. We've done webinars on this all throughout the last week and this week, and there are replays on Awesome Synergy that will tell you how to go to auto bank and the reasons why. And then the other thing that other benefits here is, first of all, there is a 12-month money-back guarantee. Company stands behind their products. They are amazing products, so keep that in mind. And just to recap, why you want to go for gold is because it's going to drive up your volumes, your checks are going to come faster, you're going to have more products to share. When you have products to share, you can give out samples, you can let people try them and get them into the system. And, people are more committed when they're looking at the gold versus, coming in at a bronze or silver. It's easier, and you become much more committed even when you become a platinum. Now, Chris and I, we enrolled at the platinum level because we wanted to make sure that we had enough products. We wanted to be part of that platinum VIP training of that inner circle, and we're very committed to this business. So you definitely want to make sure that you're coming in minimally at gold and striving and making sure that you even want to think positively about coming in at the platinum level. So Joe, I'm going to turn this back over to you and to Dan and see if you guys want to go ahead and add anything.
Well, I think it's important, Tina, those that didn't jump on to yesterday's call, Dan did a great job in why platinum. We have also a video training on platinum mindset and philosophy that Dan did, and you can get that on Steam Team under the Business Mastery webinar/basics tab, and you can watch that also. So you did actually a great job today with the comp plan explanation and all the different aspects to it. And I'm going to open up for Dan here. So Dan, you're on now live?
Yeah, I'm here, Joey.
Yes. Any thoughts on what Tina just covered?
Yeah, well, first of all, I just want to say, Tina, you did an outstanding job. You really did. If I was listening to this for the first time, I'd not only be in, I'd be really in. I'd be fully committed. So fantastic, Tina. Great job. A few things here, Tina, just in what you were sharing with everyone, and kind of echoing a little bit on what Joe had said about what we discussed earlier, yesterday and over really the last couple of weeks. One thing I learned, and I talked about it yesterday, that was critical for my success when I started initially, and I saw that with other people around me that were succeeding years ago, and it's this way today, is that the people that were succeeding were the ones that were emulating success. Success leaves clues. And I became a student very, very quickly. I became teachable very, very quickly. I had to go through this mental enema years and years ago when I got started off in the industry of rinsing myself of all of the preconceived misconceptions I had, one, in the industry and really how I thought it should be done. So when I got started, I listened intently to the people that were succeeding. And it just made sense to me to not reinvent the wheel. This vehicle had already been created. Why not and it was moving down the highway at warp speed. I just had to really jump on, and I would learn as I earned. So one of the things that Joey, you were talking about, Tina, you were talking about here, in positioning yourself at gold, gang, up until the platinum program, and when we introduced this tool to the world, and we started off in China, then it went to Russia, then it went worldwide, because demographically we started off in markets initially to see that we get the traction and it's going to run and it's going to go, and then we take it worldwide. This with a lot of our incentives, but we did this with this tool. So we saw that it worked, and it's worked around the world. Now, Joe had said that just really there's hardly anybody that we have that's a six-figure income earner or seven-figure income earner that started at bronze or silver. Now we've got customers, and a lot of our people that became ambassadors in our program were customers first. They tried the product first. They got sold on the product. They loved it, fell in love with it. Then they realized the huge opportunity. But what they did do when they decided to do the business, those satisfied customers, is they went to the person that was helping them, teaching them, and the 99% of the time, people are going to ask you, where did you start? That's one of the most common questions that we'll have in this industry, is when a brand new person gets started, they will ask their sponsor, where did you get started? And gang, you'll be doing your team, if they're beginning with the end in mind, if their goal is to achieve as much as they possibly can from an opportunity standpoint, you'll be doing them a disservice by not entertaining the platinum package and the platinum program. Absolutely, no question, no less than gold. Your maximum benefits from a payout standpoint. Tina did an excellent job in sharing with you why, but it's more than that. Because the biggest reason why you will succeed in this industry and with NHT is not the how, it's the why. Why do you want to do this business? You will figure out how if your why is strong enough. Because if what you want is greater than the resistance and the challenges you'll meet, you can attain your dreams, your goals, and your aspirations in this vehicle. And if what you want is greater than your fears, you can certainly accomplish anything in life. So never forget that. It's all about the why and why you want to do this. Because in anything that you do, in any endeavor that you have, spiritual, family, business, it doesn't matter what quest you're on. If you want to become a physician, how long did it take you? I mean, we can go on and on about this, about the trials and tribulations of people in the corporate world getting an education, just even relationships. Today, over 50% of relationships, don't survive. So you've got to be prepared to pay the price here, it's not a lifetime. It's just a few years of doing what you need to get what you want to forever. But you've got to want it. And it's that why. Why do you want to have the kind of success that you have in the business? So, you know, it's starting off on the right foot. And this is why we talked about the Platinum program yesterday. The maximum benefits from a payout standpoint is gold. There's no question about that. But the true essence and spirit of what we're doing and helping you, assisting you, and that philosophy is that Platinum philosophy. And gang, you know, again, success leaves clues. You know the payout on your soft side. I shared it with you yesterday. But if you know, I'm sure you're taking notes on this, but you can go back to, you know, Joey, to our STEAM team site and get this down. But, you know, if you bring in 100 people on your soft side business, and the payout, you know, is 20%, and you started all your people at bronze because you started at bronze, and they said, well, I'm going to start at bronze. Let's build a bronze program, build a bronze business. Well, your bronze business now, based on 100 people, is going to pay you $1,800. If you built that from a silver philosophy and driving it through silvers, your check is not $1,800, it's $5,000. If you did it as a gold, it's $10,000. But if you did it as a platinum and building that whole philosophy and driving your business through the Platinum program, your check is $25,000. You know, that again, that's a clue, and that will get someone's attention. So, gang, in driving your business, Joey and I, and I know Tina, getting to know you and Doc and how you built your business, you want the best for your people. And in doing that, again, it goes back to beginning with the end in mind and what they want. So in all of this, we've got what we have taught, Joe and I, we teach down through our organizations, is to build through the Platinum program. You certainly maximize on the gold benefits from a payout standpoint, but really drive it through the Platinum program and drive rank. Why to drive rank? There's 9 ranks that we have that are on the comp plan. 9 different ranks that start off as associate and go to Platinum director, or go to global ambassador. Now, with all of this, just about every rank that you get to, there's different rewards that you get. But as we go along, Joey, we're going to discuss some of the different incentives that you can qualify for, not just on the IRP, the International Recognition Program, but also just by going out and doing business, doing volume, and you can qualify, for example, Hong Kong. That would be the first one I think that we can discuss.
Actually, Dan, I've got the Miami one up right now.
Oh, you want to do, okay, we can talk about the Miami because it is, well, it's right in front of me, in front of everybody. Why don't we do that? Just like you shared. Gang, a little over, now it was less than a year ago, Joe and I were looking at different things that we could do to give back to the field from our standpoint. And what could we do over and above what's happening, you know, from a corporate standpoint with the incentives and the promotions. And just to cut to the chase, because there's so many incentives and promotions that we're going to be going over with you. We wanted, for the people that are wanting to strive and raise the bar, we wanted to reward those people the best way we possibly could. And that was, 1, giving back. But number 2, getting together with them and immersing ourselves with them. So to give you just a brief on this, you qualify for Platinum Director, which is rank 8. It doesn't matter where you are in the world. In North America, Canada, the United States, or any of our markets around the world, Joe and I will fly you into one of my homes is down here in South Florida. Tina, Doc, I'm going to be meeting with one of your leaders, Peter Glickman, here in about 1 hour. As a matter of fact, I will have to get off this call sooner than Joe, but Joe's going to carry it because he's driving down with his wife to meet with me, and we're going to spend a little bit of time here this afternoon. But what we will do for any of our people that have qualified for rank 8 is fly them in from no matter where they are, from South Korea, which we have a person who will probably qualify this year, anywhere in any of the markets around the world. We'll fly you in business class, and you get to bring your spouse, your partner, your significant or insignificant other. They get to come, and they come business class. We'll fly you into South Florida, into Miami. I live on the ocean here. We'll put you up in a 5-star resort spa. The one that we're planning on, and it's up to them, but this is the one I'd like to put you in, is literally minutes from my home that I have on the ocean. You will have a champagne on our private beach that we have, and at my private beach club. You'll be served champagne, but you'll be picked up by a limousine at the airport. You'll spend 5 nights, 6 days down here on the ocean in South Florida, and we'll make sure that you can come down in the winter. So wherever you are in the world, unless you're in Southern California or Arizona, this could land, or maybe Africa, this will be a great appeal to you. So with that as well, Joe and I will spend a full day with you to get you to Global Ambassador. Because as a Platinum Director, that's rank 8. Global Ambassador is rank 9. So you'll have a lot of fun in the sun. It's on the video that goes with this promotion that we have here. And you see all the things that you can do down here in South Florida. I mean, it's just a ton of fun. So there'll be a lot of fun, but we will take a good day to put a full game plan and strategy to take you from Platinum Director, which will be paying you probably in residual income, roughly $500,000 a year. That's just residual income before you get out of bed, but put you on a track that takes you to Global Ambassador, that puts you on a residual income of 7 figures. And that's basically what our Global Ambassadors earn. They earn a 7-figure annualized residual income. So, Joey, that would be the qualifying for the Miami incentive. And now you're popping up the Hong Kong incentive. Okay, this one is for all of us everywhere in the world, as just about all of our incentives are. And Joe, and gang, when I'm saying just about all of our incentives, in some of our markets, we have, relative to that market, they have different markets. Like the Asians have a incentive for New Zealand. We'll share a little bit more of that with you and why that's important for them as we go along in the call. But for just about all of these incentives, they are global incentives. So what we've got for Hong Kong, Joe and I we were there not too long ago, but the last major event that Joe and I attended, we had just about 10,000 distributors and reps at that event. You'll see that on our website. It's on mine, it's on Joe's, it's on Steam Team, and the whole theme that we had at that particular event was to do with the Joey, what is that bear again? It's the I should know because we named our dog after that.
Panda bear.
Pardon me?
The panda bear.
Panda bear. Thank you. The panda bear theme that you'll see, we had all of our distributors in the crowd, close to 10,000, with these panda bear T-shirts. So it was very exciting. It was exhilarating. But we will bust through that record. We'll have well over 15,000 at our global international event in Hong Kong in August. You're all invited. We want you all to be there, and the company will help subsidize and help you expense that trip. You do 5,000 BV. Doesn't matter where you are, what rank you are. You'll get $500 towards your flights. If you do 8,000 BV, you'll get $1,000 towards your flights. Hotel is on your own. Joey, I think you can use that towards the flight as well, or is that just the hotel? Or pardon me, is that just the flight and you can use that towards the hotel?
They can use it to shop.
For the flight?
You
Yeah,
can,
they use a shell. Very, very good. Because, gang, we want to share this with you. Joe and I have been doing this a long time, so we can help you with some great rates, flight-wise, economy as well as business, especially business. We can get you business class flights for up to an 80% reduction. Just email us, and we'll advise you and help you with that. Commonly for Joe and I, when we fly to Russia, to Moscow, this is one of the better ones, which is business, is around 8,000 to 10,000. Business class, we typically, Joe and I will get that flight for under $3,000. So this Hong Kong flight, you'll be able to get at a pretty good rate, which you can get on the internet. So you can get through, and I believe you can do a better job on that through the internet than you can with some of your travel discounts that you got on the internet versus a travel agency. But if you have any issue with that, get a hold of Joe and I, and we'll help you with that. But again, 5,000 BV, $500 towards your travel for the Hong Kong event. It's 3 days, 3 nights, 4 days, and 8,000 BV will get you 1,000 US. So for any of you Canadians on there, that's kind of nice, because 1,000 US is around 1,400 Canadian. But we've got, that is just going to be the most powerful event in the history of our company. We're releasing new products. We're releasing new markets. We have some new incentives that are going to be announced there. I believe you get there, you might as well take a one-way flight, because you'll be flying back on your own. You'll be so high and buzzed and fired up about it. But it is going to be one incredible event. You do not want to miss that event, and you don't want to go alone. Get as many of your people to the Hong Kong event as you can, and you can do it as a very efficient trip. We can work with you on that and how you can keep your expenses down, but you can qualify for most of the travel costs, et cetera, in getting there. Joe, I've said this forever. You always have measured the size of your group and how your group is growing by the number of people on your team that you have at the events. So one, you get there. Number two, you want to get as many of your people there as well. So Joe, now with the International Luxury Cruise Travel Incentive, I'm going to let you
get this, Dan.
What's that?
I will get into this.
Okay. By the way, I just want to share with everyone, Joe and I are really excited about it, but let me tell you, one of our leaders in Asia is so excited about this that he has now, just to tell you, on our cruise and travel incentive, this is where, you're on a cruise, you're on a luxury cruise. NHT, this one particular group that we got out of Asia, Joey and I, he'll tell you maybe a little bit more about this particular couple. They have both qualified for global ambassadors. As a matter of fact, they were at that last big event that Joe and I did in Hong Kong, where they had 10,000 people at it. They were both there as guests. They hadn't signed up yet, and that was 4 years ago. Well, both are now global ambassadors. Well, they have now got their own ship. So they went to NHT and said, NHT, we need a bigger boat. They couldn't get them another bigger boat, so they got them just another ship. So they've gone from the mothership to another ship. So they're going to have over 1,200 people on their team, literally on their own ship. They've got that many people that have qualified. But Joey, how powerful is that? Because we had like 18, 4 or 5 years ago, that qualified for, I think it was the Singapore event, and now they've got like 1,800 that are qualifying for the New Zealand event. So a lot is happening in other parts of the world that is going to happen here now with the Doc and Tina team. So gang, this is what's in front of you in the next 3 to 5 years. These incentives, these promotions, and this kind of success and excitement is in front of you. So Joey, over to you on this luxury cruise travel fun.
Right. Thanks, Dan. Great job. Just keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the group, the volumes that Dan was sharing with the Hong Kong, and along with what I'm going to be sharing on this, these next two incentives, is personal group volume. What that means is your personal purchases, your shopping cart purchases, and the people that you sponsor in the business, that is calculated as personal group volume. So for example, with the Hong Kong incentive, you get started at platinum and you sponsor 5 platinums, you will now have qualify for that Hong Kong incentive at the higher mark, the 8,000 group volume mark. Okay. The other thing I want to just keep plant the seed with regards to this area, and every network marketing company, almost every network marketing company has travel incentives, but these travel incentives are really focused on their top earning distributors. When they get to the higher leadership positions, like here in NHT, you qualify at the global ambassador level, you now get to spend time a week with you and your spouse in beautiful Hawaii, right? And we have that every year, every September. So what we want to do with these travel incentives is we wanted to create a program where new people could qualify. And we've been doing that for the last 6 years, and it's just been an incredible concept. We've seen our activity rate grow because what happens is you get new people, that are relatively new to the industry. They qualify for these incentives. They're around top leaders. They get to be at 5-star resorts and 5-star and exotic locations. And for a lot of them, they haven't been outside their state, their country, et cetera, et cetera. So this gives them the taste of the lifestyle that they would have if they reach the top positions in the company. So we've been able to create better retention into our organizations globally because of these travel incentives. The other thing, Dan had mentioned it, is every region has their different travel incentives. So if you sponsor someone in Europe or Russia or Asia, the travel incentives that they have is right onto their websites. So you'd go to nhtglobal.com, click on Europe, and you'll see the European countries, one of the European countries, you'll see what Europe has. The same thing with Russia and our Asian markets, okay? So what we're sharing with you here today are the North American travel incentives that we have for North Americans only. So as we move forward here, I'm going to be sharing with you the International Luxury Cruise and Travel Incentive. So basically, the qualification periods are December 28th to June 26th. You achieve 20,000 personal group volume, you're going to get 1 free trip. You achieve 36,000 in personal group volume. And again, personal group volume is your purchases, the people that you sponsor in the business, your shopping carts, volume what is personal group volume. You do 36, you get yourself and your spouse there. Then we have a worldwide trip, which includes Dubai. Same time period. You do 32,000. You're going to go to this worldwide trip. And then we have a super traveler. You do 48,000 in personal group volume. You qualify for both trips. And then if you want to bring your wife or your spouse or your husband, these are the examples that they've given up for this travel incentive. So basically, when we look on example 2, so let's say, for example, Sophia qualified for both trips, 48,000 during the promotion period. She's a super traveler. She can go on the super herself, but if she wants to bring her spouse or husband, then she would choose the luxury travel cruise incentive, which will give them two free tickets. Okay. This travel incentive, you have to, so for example, if you're leaving out of Miami, you have to get yourself to Miami. Does not include the flight or the car trip or the train trip to Miami. So these are the qualifications. You actually can go on the NHT Global website, click on highlights there, and you can view all the details with that. And this is just basically the rules. You cannot transfer the extra ticket to someone else in your group. It has to be a spouse or a significant other, you cannot basically no refunded orders will not apply to this promotion, et cetera, et cetera. So it's basic rules to the process, to the incentive program. And we also, with our teams that are really focused on achieving these levels, you have to have a valid passport, obviously, and a visa, and NHD can help you with that kind of information, the support team. And this only applies to Canada, US, and the countries that we are pioneering that are signed up. Anyone that's signed up out of the US and Canada participates that. So, for example, our pioneering countries like Africa that we're doing, the countries that were not officially open that we're shipping out of the US, they will participate in this North American program. And I've got one more, Tina, promotion.
Okay.
And this is what we call our Super Supreme Bonus Program. It's a little bit more complicated. I don't have the time today to really go into it in depth. If you do have some questions, you can just send an email to support. But basically what this is it's tied. There's $15 million the company has in prizes towards this Supreme Global bonus here. So basically we have points here that you can achieve by going up in ranks in the recognition plan. So if you have 10 accumulated points, you got a free ticket to the event in Macau, and then all the way up to a luxury travel subsidy, which is 130 points. We have cash. You have cash available here that the company, cash bonuses as you move up on points. And how this works is basically every time you reach a rank in the compensation plan this year, and the company will provide you points. So, for example, you reach the first rank, you get 1 point. And if you consistently stay at that rank, every single month, you get an additional point. So they offer examples on how all the calculations work. It's pretty self-explanatory. Again, if you do have any questions, with regards to that, you can actually just send a quick email to support. But the examples are here, and the explanation is quite, quite good with regards to how this all works. So, for example, Mr. E points per quarter. So, for example, he's a new distributor in this first quarter here, which actually is ending this weekend. So when you have in our recognition plan, you have to qualify 2 out of the 3 months in a quarter to get to that rank. And maybe, Tina, we'll get into next week the recognition plan in another call. So we can recognition plan. So this will be a lot clearer. Maybe I'll get into this more when we explain the recognition plan. So basically this example here is in 3 months, Mr. E has calculated 2 points because he qualified for that first quarter, and he's added more and more points. And, based on this example, he's qualified at 44 points for that year. So we have a number of people here in North America already that in their first quarter here have gathered huge number of points on their way to that luxury car, for example. So we'll get into this more when we cover the recognition plan. Sounds good, Tina?
Sounds great. I think we need to move into the Q&A portion.
Yes.
You guys are good.
Great. So we have under 10 minutes.
Yes, we do. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is so exciting to have incentives, not only one, but many. It's just awesome. Driving people to get to those events is so critical, and everybody, you want to get your people to those events. Okay. Should we go into the question?
The first question, if a distributor comes in as bronze and they enroll 15 bronzes, would that BV count towards raising them to gold? Yes.
Fantastic. If a product in the retail store is defaulted to a price of $50, for example, have I already made 34% and any price I put higher than that is another markup, assuming that I bought the gold package?
So I'll give you an example. Let's say a product is $40. You're at the gold level and the gold price is $40 and you're setting the retail price at $65. So you've made $25 on that transaction. So for example, the 30-minute non-surgical facelift, we have two now, one without parabens and one with. So for example, that product is $42.10 at the gold price. I marketed it for $90. So every time I market that product, I'm earning $48 on my retail. So you can imagine with salons, Tina, for example, that are marketing that product all over the world, they're basically doubling their margins in marketing that product. And that's why it's such an incredible party plan product, home demo product, where on average, a person does a party plan or home demonstration, they're making $500-600 in retail profit. Easy.
Okay, very good. And STEM Renew is going to be a little bit different, everybody. STEM Renew is going to be at $60. There's going to be no tiered pricing. I believe you could charge more than 60. You can change that, but right now it's going to be at a flat rate of 60. Okay, and then can you go into a little bit of detail about the 12-month, 30-day money back guarantee?
Okay, so there's two money back guarantees options. I'm going to talk about the retail part first. And there's actually two types of retail option right now. So if someone buys off your shopping cart, the company gives a 30-day money back buyback guarantee on the shopping cart, right? So that's if you sell a product to a customer, like face-to-face transaction, you have to give them 90 days. So if a customer sends back the product to you, you have to take care of the transaction yourself. And all you have to do is just send an email to support for return authorization number and the reason why your customer is sending back the product, and they will replace it for you. Okay, on the distributor side in the U.S., you have 1 year buyback guarantee on your last order. So for example, someone buys a platinum package, 10 months later, they can return that package or unused part of that package and get 90% of their money back. Okay? But if they buy a platinum package and they buy, let's say, another order, and they want to return something back on the platinum package, the 90% is only on the last order. So keep that in mind, okay?
Sure, because, that truly protects the company, because if somebody buys platinum and then they continue to buy products, why would they continue to buy if they wanted to return their platinum?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
One of the, globally, NHT has a very aggressive buyback opportunity. And the reason why they have that is I call it the no negative time release capsule. So you'll find when you go on NHT, you won't find forums talking negatively about NHT, but because they got ripped off here or ripped off there. Because that's real important as we move forward, that everyone's just talking nicely about NHT, saying positive things about it, And so that's why the company has that kind of guarantee policy. And get this, Tina, we only have one person globally dealing with returns. We go.
Incredible.
If you look, the last year we did almost 300 million in sales, and in the reports you'll see how much product was sent back. It's inconsequential. I have not. Dan and I sit at the top of the tree here. We haven't seen an order. The handful of returns in the last 3 or 4 months. It's incredible, because so when people come into NHT and they buy, it's a testament to the quality of the products. They get results, and they won't send something back if they get results.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. Next question, if we come in at gold, what discount off wholesale cost is Stem Renew? There is no discount off wholesale cost of Stem Renew. It's $60 flat rate across and 40 BV, and that's going to be for a certain amount of time. So that's not going to be forever. So we want to make sure that we get people in and buying as soon as we launch those SKUs, and we'll keep you informed as to when that's going to happen. When a gold retails Stem Renew, there's not tiered pricing, and the gold pays $60 for it. Okay. So, Joe, do you want to answer that one, because it's not tiered, and what's the best way to handle that in order to get paid on that $60? I see where they're going.
You're going to be able to, if you buy, for example, I will have a number of bottles available to me, Stem Renew, I will purchase that. And so if I'm selling to my retail customers here locally, I'm going to charge them my retail price, okay, which will not be $60. But as you know, what we've done because of the work that you've done with the company on the retail side, on the retail shopping cart, for temporarily to help with the customers, we will keep that $60 on there. So we have two aspects of retail, the ones that you sell face-to-face and the one that's actually on the shopping cart.
Okay.
But eventually, as you know, we'll probably have tiered pricing on Stem Renew.
Right, right. Eventually, we'll probably have to have that. Okay, where can we learn about all of the ranks?
Great. So if you go into your not back office, the NH2 Global site, and let me see if I can pull it up here. So this is the NH2 site. If you click on highlights, okay, so you click on, so this is all the new news, you know, and all the videos they put here. So you click on International Recognition Program. Okay, now it's going to come up, and this is where you put in your agent information. This. Okay, so it goes into all the different pages that I had up here with incentives. And then I click on the English portion. And here's the information on the recognition program. So basically everything, this is unlike any recognition program in the industry. It's all based on volume. So basically right now, starting in April, actually next week, we're into a new qualification period. So every quarter is when we qualify or set our targets for that next rank. So for example, the first rank is associate. So when you do 2,500 on one side and 5,000 the other, and that is on organizational volume, not personal group volume, but organizational volume. You do that 2 out of the 3 months, you will qualify as associate. And then that goes all the way up to the ambassador level, which is 301 side, 600,000 on organizational volume. Okay, so here's the actual explanations of it, the ranks, the quarters. You know, they have the quarters set out here. You know, for example, tomorrow's the last day of this quarter. And then we're starting a new one on Monday. And we'll go over this, Tina, on our next one on Monday, correct?
Sounds great.
Yes.
Okay. So for gold, when we place a personal order of STEM, do we pay $60 or do we receive the tiered pricing? Again, it's $60. Okay, any other questions? Good job on that, Joe. We'll go into it more in depth.
Yeah, so I'll give people a little strategy you all know that you're going to earn 10% of your personal purchases, right? So after you've qualified yourself at gold, platinum, and you have a lot of customers locally that you're servicing yourself, just place the purchases under one of your personal sponsored people, and you'll be earning 10% on that. So instead of, so you'll be actually getting the product lower than $60. You'd be getting it for 56.
Thank you. Because all of your personal volume goes into that soft volume leg.
Yes, you will earn on that. But what I was referring to was the 10% generational bonus.
Got it.
So for example, the BV is going to be 40. So you're going to get paid 10% of that 40. So the product, you're buying it at 60 and you're going to get a commission of $4 of every bottle that you buy, right? If you place it on your personal sponsored person, or if you have a wife as a second position or husband, and now you're buying it for 56. Did I confuse you?
No, not at all.
Okay. Yeah. That's my marketing brain working.
I'm glad it's working. Okay. Well, we've definitely gone past the hour, and thank you everyone for being on today. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Dan. Great job. For everybody on here, happy Good Friday to you. Happy Easter. If we don't connect with you later on tonight we do have another webinar, and that's at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Eastern time. And Dr. Chris is going to talk about the 3 juices, the 3 elixirs as we call them, the Noni, the LaVie, and the Trifusion. And you'll learn what the differences are with those. And stay connected by going to awesomesynergy.com, check out the blog, make sure you're enrolled into that email list, and you'll get some updates. We do have the webinar replays all posted there from yesterday, the day before. You'll also see that there are product webinar replays, the Allura, the Omegas, the one from last night is out there on all of the products and how they integrate with Stem Renew. So these resources are there. Make sure you tune into them, and then we'll see you on this evening's webinar. And
go for the gold.
Make sure you're going minimally for the gold. Think platinum. Go platinum if you can. Do it, and you'll just see your organization grow exponentially. Joe, anything from you?
Yeah, it's an honor, pleasure doing this once more with you, Tina. You're awesome.
Thank you so much. I muddled through this one, but we got through it.
Yes.
All right.
And happy Good Friday, everyone.
Okay. Take care, everyone.
Go.